You're the Devils fanatic with the show. Tough stretch here so far for the Devils. What are you looking for tonight?
I wouldn't say it's a tough stretch. It's been a tough 2 months. I'll just
Tough
be
2
very
months.
honest with you.
Okay.
Look, Devils are coming off a pretty lackluster loss to Carolina 2 nights ago. Kind of doesn't surprise me, considering that that's the Devils' kryptonite. Whenever they play Carolina, it's just they forget how
It
to
is
play
a
hockey.
kryptonite. Yeah, it's a
They just
kryptonite.
forget how to play hockey.
Yeah.
And it was disappointing because they had won back-to-back games. They had shockingly beat Quinn Hughes and the Wild 5-2 in Minnesota, which was kind of a craziness. Bless you. Sorry, I have my dad to the left of me.
Upset.
He says Happy New Year to Kyle.
Happy New Year.
Anyway, and then they win. They beat Seattle in overtime. And, everybody was like, oh, maybe we're turning around. And I'm like, look, the measuring stick is still Carolina. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. And they got destroyed. And if Svechnikov scored a hat trick, it is what it is. I just bless you today. It is what it is. The Devils I'll tell Flames fans this. The Devils are just what they are. What you see on the ice is pretty much what you get. They're just a very inconsistent team. Tonight, though, one big change is that the Devils will have an NHL debut tonight. Lenny Hamenaho, who the Devils drafted in the mid-rounds of 2 years ago, he will be making his NHL debut coming up from the Utica Comets. He'll be on the fourth line with Cody Glass and Arseny Gritsuk. Timo Meier, Jack Hughes, Jesper Bratt, the first line, Palat, Heischer, and Dawson Mercer, second line, Evgeny Dodonov, Paul Cotter, and Connor Brown will be the third line. Big news, though, is that Jacob Markstrom will go up against his former team and take on the Calgary Flames in his fourth straight start, which is kind of surprising that he's played this much. He had a pretty rough game against Carolina. Really, where we're at now with the New Jersey Devils, Kyle, is a simple thing of it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when Dougie Hamilton ultimately gets traded. Because I think at this point, it's pretty much been like bridges.
It's written on the wall. He's
been playing, and he's been playing well. He's actually got 5 points in his last 4 games. He's actually played well of late. But I don't see a world where the Devils keep him. I think they should and just try to trade Andre Palat's contract because, Palat just gets no points whatsoever. But, we'll see. And now with Anderson getting dealt, kind of wonder how much more attention goes on to Dougie Hamilton, if anything really changes on Dougie Hamilton's front because Anderson's now been dealt. We'll see. And yeah, the Devils begin a 4-game road trip. They play tonight, then they play tomorrow night against the Edmonton Oilers, and then I will be in attendance for the game on Thursday against Friday against Vancouver, and then I will travel with the team down to Seattle and Sunday afternoon, which got moved, by the way, to a noon Eastern game.
I wonder why.
I wonder why that might be. Who knows, right? But they will be in Seattle to wrap up the road trip on Sunday, and that's pretty much it. I mean, Shimon Nemec is back in the lineup. Jonathan Kovacevic, who just came back from injury, he's out tonight. So it's Luke Hughes, Pesci on the back end with Siegenthaler, Hamilton, and then Brendan Dillon and Shimon Nemec. And like I mentioned, Jacob Markstrom will make his 4th straight start. And we will see how much closer this team gets to ultimately deciding to fire their GM. Because I think at this point, Kyle, it's just what it is. This team has is tied for the most non-trade or no move clauses in the league with 15 guys on this team currently that have at least something like that. And, it's a far cry from where they were in 22-23. It's a far cry.
So quick question, two questions for you.
Sure.
One is fact checking here. Have they extended Markstrom? I can't remember.
Oh, yes, they did. They extended
Okay.
Markstrom back on October 31st, Halloween of this year, to a 2-year deal, $6 million per year, starting next year with, once again, another modified no trade clause. So we got that going for us. And Markstrom is having the year that you had kind of mentioned to me, Kyle, where like 1 year he's great and the next year he's crap. And
sometimes it's just who you are, man. Sometimes it's just who you are. And I wanted to warn you at the beginning, like he can be one of the best goalies in the league, and then all of a sudden he could be just like one of the worst.
And I didn't discredit you for that because it's
Yeah.
true.
So my other question here, you had the Rangers come out, and it was Chris Drury basically saying that we need to retool, rebuild, however you want to look
What,
at it.
another letter? We talk about a second letter in like
another
3 years.
letter, right?
God.
So that's the Rangers coming out and saying that here.
Sure.
Devils are
yeah, keep going.
Right beside
There it is.
New York there.
I know. I know where they are.
You're 7 points back of Buffalo.
Can you go a little further down for me, please?
Oh, that's it. Like that's.
Oh, is that just Eastern Conference? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was
do overall.
Yeah, do that. I'd rather you do that. I want Flames fans to understand where we're coming from.
So in the conference, you're sitting 15.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yep.
In a Eastern Conference in which, I mean, to look on the bright side, okay, a bright side here, you're only 5 points back of Pittsburgh.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And I guess for you, like, this is definitely a really important road trip.
Yep.
So maybe a two-parter here. When does the panic start setting in, if it hasn't already? You got an important road trip here coming up. You're only within 5 points here to Pittsburgh here to get that third spot.
Yep.
When does it start setting in? And then if it does, what happens? What do you want to happen?
What do I want to happen, or what do I think happens?
Think.
Okay. To answer the first part, no, the panic set in like 2 months ago.
Okay.
This is not a like brand new, like we are, because if you've, and I get it, like the Devils to a lot of teams in the league are like irrelevant, and I get it. Like I totally get it, and I'm not offended by it. The reality is that this team is not very close to being a contender, and they're proving that. They don't have enough depth. Their top guys seemingly at the same time go away and just struggle. Jack Hughes has 1 goal in about 11 games since he came back. So that's not a
lot of assists, though, I think, in his last couple.
A lot of assists, but obviously they don't pay him $8+ million to just make 1 billion assists. They want him to put the puck in the back of the net.
Right.
Like they want everybody else to. The fact of the matter is that Devils fans have seen this season before. This is not anything new. If you looked on Twitter enough, I would say the consensus is that the season is already over with still 30-ish games to go. Because while, yes, 5 points is very doable, there are several teams ahead of the Devils that have a game in hand. They have won just 2 games in the Metro Division since the beginning of the season. And oh, by the way, Kyle, as you could see right there, they have the worst goal differential in the Eastern Conference at -22.
Yeah, that's not great.
They've won 4 of their last 10 games.
To be fair, 1 game kind of did you over on that.
Sure, but at the same time, the
9
defense
goals
was about as porous as it could be.
9 goals.
The biggest issue, though, Kyle, is this. From your outsider's perspective, let me ask you this question.
Shoot.
Have the Devils made any change in the last 2 months?
Well, no, because I think Hughes' injury.
No, the answer is no.
They needed to keep. Well, I mean, like you said, they can't trade anybody.
They can't make a move. But I want to make a point.
Okay.
Look at where the Toronto Maple Leafs are right now.
They're 2 points out of 1 point.
Look at where they were a month ago. A month ago, they were towards the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Why? Because they couldn't score. So they made one subtle change. They fired Savard, and they brought in Sullivan.
Sure.
And that has made the complete difference. Look at the Buffalo Sabres. They fired Kevin Adams. And yeah, they did have Kekalainen already waiting in the wing. But look at where the Sabres are right now, Kyle. My point is that the Devils haven't done anything. They've just allowed all of this to happen without any sort of change. Not firing an assistant, not firing the GM, not firing the coach, although I'm against firing Sheldon Keefe because I don't put this on him. And the other thing that is an issue is that so much information is being let out into the media about this team, about what they've done in the past, about Tom Fitzgerald's mistakes that have brought him to this point. The whole analytics team told Tom Fitzgerald, don't sign Andre Palat. He goes and signs Andre Palat. Ownership wanted to sign Dougie Hamilton, not Tom Fitzgerald. Ownership wanted it. And granted, it worked for the first couple of years, but ever since he tore his pec and had surgery, he just isn't the same player. And that's just unfortunate for him. But Sheldon Keefe said a very damning thing I know what this team needs. We have a lot of work to do to become a real hockey team. You're talking about a core that has, on paper, Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt, Timo Meier, Dawson Mercer,
Luke Hughes,
and this team is 15th in the Eastern Conference. Like, it's clearly obvious that this whole organization right now is in a rotten state. There is no culture. There is no accountability. And that's where this team is. And yes, the GM has tried to do something, but he actually can't because of the horrific contracts that he's given out. And on top of that, the awful no trade and no move clauses that he's thrown out. If these things weren't an issue, Dougie Hamilton, Andre Palat, these guys would have been gone a month ago. But they're still here, and they can deny any trade that they want, and they have every right to because it's part of their contractual agreement. And the Devils are stuck. And the problem more than anything is, Kyle, is this. Tom Fitzgerald finally spoke to the media prior to the game against Seattle. And while he said that this is on him, oh, by the way, 25th in the NHL, by the way. Thank you, Kyle, for that. While Tom Fitzgerald admitted that this is on him, he didn't apologize for anything. He never said he made a mistake. He never said he regret. And that is the most F you kind of attitude out of a GM that looks lost. And the problem is that the Devils ownership won't fire Tom Fitzgerald now. They're going to allow him to try to get them out of this and get back into a running for the playoffs. I'm here to tell you right now, it isn't worth it. It isn't worth it to sell off future assets, especially this first-round pick that you have this year, considering where you are in the standings, to get someone like a Steven Stamkos, who, quite frankly, the Devils, he's the last person the Devils should be looking to try to get. This team needs to get younger. They're the fourth oldest team in the league now, if you can believe that.
Cool.
And they are
on a team with Hughes, Hischier, and the other Hughes.
And listen, don't think for a second that if Quinn Hughes signs long-term in Minnesota, don't think for a second the clock doesn't start ticking. Genuinely, I mean, honestly, that's another thing. So the bottom line is that the Devils, unfortunately, just have to ride this out. And however they finish the season is however they finish the season. And regardless, there needs to be a new voice. There needs to be a new general manager. There needs to be somebody outside of this organization who is not going to use analytics to completely drive down what this team is and get back to where they were, an aggressive 5-on-5, forechecking team off the rush. They're not even close to that anymore. They tried to become the Carolina Hurricanes, and they're that much further away from being the Carolina Hurricanes. So that in a nutshell is the answer to your question. And what do I want happen? Let me answer the second part. I never answered.
Okay, all right.
What do I think happens between now and the end of the season? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that's it. Oh, great. Now we're going to show. Thanks for this.
I just thought I'd bring it up.
I'm going to clip all of this. I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to post it on my own channel today.
Do it. So you talk about the no move clause because I'm unfamiliar with how much it is. Meier locked in with a no movement clause.
Whatever.
Jack, who isn't locked in until a 10-team no trade list that starts next year.
Wonderful.
Jesper Fast, he's got a no movement clause.
Jesper Fast? Excuse me?
Jesus
Jesper
Christ.
Fast retired.
Yeah, thanks. Jesper
Good God. Good Lord.
He's got no trade clause. Heischer's got a 10-team no trade list for 2 years.
By the way, he's a free agent after next year. Just keep that in mind too.
Yeah, Andre Palat's got a 10-team no trade list. Dawson Mercer's good. Can't be traded as Connor Brown.
But it's fine. He's making only $3 million. I like that deal. Honestly,
Okay.
it's fine. That doesn't bug me.
Until 2 years down the line where it's a 10-team.
Sure, but like at this point, what does it matter? You know what I mean?
You got performance-based Evgeny Dananov, who he's got a no trade clause.
Which is wild to me on a 1-year deal, by the way, right? Like it's a 1-year deal and he has a no trade clause. So my question is like what do you think? Like, you don't think Dallas will call the Devils again and be like, can we have the Donov back?
I don't get it. I don't get that.
What the hell is going on?
He's got a no trade clause through March 1st. Then it becomes a 10-team no trade list. That's so weird. That's weird. That's strange. That's very strange. And then a lot of youngsters there.
Yeah, Connor's young, sure.
Dougie, no trade movement. You got no trade clause for Brett Pesce for the next 2 years.
If he's making only $5.5 million, I can live with it. That's the problem.
This is egregious.
It's getting worse. It's not gonna keep going.
So this year's no trade
Brendan
clause
Dillon
for Brendan Dillon, no trade clause for Jonathan Kovacevic.
Yep.
You got a 10-team no trade list with Jonas Siegenthaler, and then Simone Nemec has his last year of this deal.
Whoopee. Keep going. You're not done.
Markstrom's got a no movement
there it
clause.
is. Wait, keep going.
His new deal kicks in where he's a 20-team no trade list. And then Jake Allen has a no trade clause for the next 2 years, and then it becomes 10-team no trade for 2027-28. Neil, that's actually so bizarre.
What did you think I was lying to you?
No, of course not.
So, Kyle, let me ask you this. Out of all the names you just saw that have a modified no trade clause, no trade, like how many of them do you think legitimately have earned the right to have that?
Not many? Much. Not much.
What, like 2?
This year alone. So here, actually, let's make it more simpler. Next year, okay, for the guys who are on contract next year, I count 1, 2, 3 guys. Next year, there's 3 guys who don't have any clauses.
Whoopee-doo.
That's banana lands.
And that is, I mean,
wow.
I'll be honest with you. If Tom Fitzgerald was a GM of any of these of a team in Canada, he would have been fired by now for this. Straight up. Like this is a guy that has implemented a system that does not work for this team. Then he hires a head coach in Sheldon Keefe to coach a system that Sheldon Keefe doesn't want to coach, but has no choice but to coach it. And this is the result that we're getting. So, like, I will say this. Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad you brought this up. Okay. So, yeah.
Well, okay. This is still sucks.
Right.
Jonathan Huberdeau,
but it's one.
Sucks. He's got to know.
But how many is that, Kyle? That's years. One singular one.
Padres got a 13 no trade list. He can go. Yep. Sharon Govas is a 10-team no trade, so there's still a chance for him to go. Coleman's name's Marauder to go. Backlund can't be moved for the next 2 years. So if we're talking full no move, if we're talking 2 full no move clause, Weegar can't be traded for the next 2 years anyway. So 2 guys, essentially. 2 guys can't get traded.
2 comparatively to how many? 15? Yeah.
50.
There you go.
For at least the next 2 for the next 2 years, Calgary has 2 guys they can't trade.
2.
And Devils have close to I think 15 was egregious because that included guys with a no trade clause. So let me revitalize that a little bit actually. It's still a pretty high number.
Well, I said 15 when it's a combination of no trade or no move clauses.
Okay. So
That's
if we include that
15.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's still lots of other guys who have modified.
Yep.
6 guys.
Yep. Pretty much.
Wow, that's a lot. That's tough. That's
So
that's pretty tough. Not gonna
yeah.
lie.
So yeah, I'll be very simple with you.
And,
What
I didn't
I
even
would
look at
like.
their cap space actually.
Oh, don't start with me on this. Like the cap space, they're under. They don't have enough cap space to look at that. Come on,
$95,000 on the current cap.
$95,000.
Where
$95,000.
where
And this is the
$18 million per
15th
cap.
team in the Eastern
Oh my
Conference.
God.
Oh, and by the way, Kyle, let's add another part to it. You want to see how bad the Utica Comets are this year? Because if you were like in this situation, you would think, okay, so like a lot of our young players have come up from the AHL and started playing, and now we're contending. So it makes sense, right? That your AHL team wouldn't be as good. Nope. The Comets are near the bottom of the entire AHL. There is nothing good, top to bottom, for the New Jersey Devils at this point. You need to come very close to starting over and restart the culture of this team because it is rotten to the core from top only until the end of AHL, because at least the Adirondack Thunder are somewhat watchable. And that's the ECHL team.
Yeah, that's tough. That's pretty tough.
So there you go.
Well,
any more questions you'd like to ask me about this team?
No. I like Kevin Ball.
Flames win 4-1 tonight. I'm calling it right now. Flames win 4-1 tonight.
So let's look back a little bit on that trade, shall we?
Which one?
Well, let's look at both. I mean,
look at the Sharangovich one too. Why not? Let's keep it going.
Foley's gone, and Sharangovich. I mean, you can say, I guess
nobody won that trade, Kyle. Nobody won that trade.
To be fair, Sharangovich had one good year.
One
good year. That's about it.
One.
And he's been okay this year, just okay.
Markstrom trade. Legos. Is he still doing that though?
Oh yeah, he's still doing that.
Okay, so there's the asset you have.
So the other trade, because I think it's updated, right?
Which the Markstrom one?
It was a first round pick in 2025. So I want to see real quick who they drafted.
Toffoli was great for the 3 quarters of the season he was in New Jersey, and then Fitzgerald was like, "No, I don't want to give him 4 years. I only want to."
Oh my God! So that pick that you guys gave us turned into Paul Reshny.
Yeah, of course it did.
That's tough.
Of course it did.
So
you know what, Kyle? Wouldn't have mattered because Tom Fitzgerald can't develop anything anyway. So
it's
we would have his career too.
It's funny at the time how we both really thought that both sides won that deal. I think it's swayed a little bit. I think Calgary.
Calgary's winning that trade without question, Kyle. Yeah. This is not a. Oh, maybe. Like, I know you're trying to be nice about it.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to do it. And here's the thing. I'm really gonna just like. You have to understand that you can't name one thing that Tom Fitzgerald has done in his tenure with this Devils team that you could really say, oh, you know what? That was a good move. Even the Timo Meier trade hasn't worked out completely the way that they wanted it to. Because while the Sharks haven't really taken advantage of most of what they got in that deal, because, Zetterlund's not even on the team anymore. I don't know what the first round picks became. I'd have to go back and look.
Sure.
The Sharks, in my opinion, still kind of won that trade because it allowed them to rebuild. And now look at the Sharks. I mean, it's how does a team with a guy like Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier and Bratt and all them having unbelievable contracts have some of the fewest cap space in the league with no future, no prospects coming up? I mean, they are in the level of purgatory.
Welcome to our world, for the most part, where we were kind of in the mushy middle. But I think
not anymore.
At least we're trying to be crap.
Well, at least there's an idea as to where the Flames are going. Like you could be like, yep, that's where they're going. I don't know where the Devils are going. I don't know where they're going to be at the start of next year. I don't know.
Sure.
There is no, like, I don't want to sit here and say there is no hope. It's more of just like, there is no path right now. And the best thing that the Devils organization can do is fire Tom Fitzgerald before he makes yet another stupid move. Because I swear to God, he's going to, because he already said, oh, I'm not selling at the deadline. Oh my God, dude, they're going to get Braden Shannon. I'm going to hate it. I'm going to hate every single second of it. And it's like, oh my God. And he needs to go. You need to hire someone outside of this organization who could come in with a fresh perspective, have a plan in place for how to get rid of people who shouldn't be on this team. And you need to actually help this team. And not through free agency. Because if I hear one more jerk off that said, oh, we should spend a crap load of money on Artemi Panarin in the offseason, I might put my head through the wall.
So predictions for tonight.
4-1 Calgary. Next question.
Okay.
It's going to be 4-0, and then Luke Hughes or somebody will score a meaningless power play goal to ruin Cooley's shutout, but it won't matter.
See, I don't want to win, though, tonight. I don't want to win.
Well, too bad. You're going to get it. Too bad.
I don't want to win.
Too bad. I'm sorry. We can't score. Too bad. What do you want from me?
Well, I kind of agree that I think Devin Cooley, for some reason, is going to stand on his head tonight. I think it'll be a low-scoring game.
All season. What do you mean?
So he'll do it again, and I think it'll be
White Cloud goal. Book it.
I could see it being like a 2-1, 3-1 type game.
Oh, you don't watch the Devils enough to know that this is going to be a boring 4-1 win for Calgary.
Well, I'm saying Calgary's going to win 3-1, 2-1.
Good for you. I'm glad you think the same.
I don't want that, but I think it's going to happen.
No, the real loss would be both teams get a point. This game goes to overtime.
You know what?
Nobody wins. We actually both suffer.
That's actually exactly what's going to happen. We're going to go to overtime, and then I think we're going to end up winning.
100%.
That's 100%. All right. Well, should be a fascinating one tonight then. You're really going to make me want to watch the game now, so I think I might have to tune in.